So his first question is, can we append the seed syllables in the beginning that are for the lineage that are shared, aing, ring, shring? But I think you said something else, aing, ring, fring. I think you said shring? Okay. Can we use them before the Gayatri Mantra? Can you? Yes. Should you? No, you don't have to. You don't need to. Because Gayatri Mantra already has the Vyartis in front of it. So when, for example, if I say one of the first sadhanas should be the Gayatri sadhana, it is already a part of the lineage. So you don't have to even make the mantra even longer and therefore spend more time. Instead, you should do a separate sadhana of the beej mantras and invoke those. So if chanting the Gayatri Mantra takes you, let's say, 16 seconds or 20 seconds, and you append the seed syllables, which may require another 2 to 3 seconds, you're better off doing another sadhana of just the seed syllables. That's the answer to the first question. And the second one was, you read this book by Warren Weiss. What's his name? Right, Brian. Yeah, Brian Weiss, on past lives. He also wrote something very famous. Is that his book? Yeah. Okay, yeah. And if I could speak about past life regression, or more importantly, you said that how to overcome the afflictions or tendencies we are born with. If you see a bottle, not necessarily whiskey, if you see a bottle full of, let's say, nothing, it's got air. And when you depressurize it or remove the air from it, you create vacuum in it. Does it now have anything in it? It still has nothing in it. It still has emptiness. To the normal eye, it would still appear the same. Nobody can look at a sealed bottle and say whether it has air or not. So what happens is the afflictions, the tendencies we are born with. And I'm going to make a very subtle and insightful and powerful point. If you get your handle on this, it'll be much easier for you to drop any habit. And that is, it must be replaced with something more meaningful. So if you, for example, say, I can't focus, I can't concentrate, then you must find something which gives you joy in concentrating upon. In the beginning, at least, before you replace it with emptiness, whereby you become independent of any object required for concentration. So any habits that you have, if, for example, you say, oh, I watch YouTube or Netflix or shorts or whatever for hours every day, and I don't want to do that, then you must fill that time with something that gives you joy of some kind. Before you fill that time with something that you can put through even without wanting to feel joyous. So habits are only ever replaced with better habits. That's the easiest and most potent method of overcoming your tendencies of the mind that you have. And as for the third question, how can we transmute our sexual energy into spiritual energy? It's a good question. I think I won't be able to do it justice if I answered it in haste. It won't really offer you any insight. So perhaps another time, but I'll keep that in mind. I'll be happy to speak on it in a bit more detailed manner. The crux of it, however, is that you use the term sexual energy. It is a form of energy. And that must be understood about sexual energy. And it is not just linked to the mind of any human being. It is fundamentally linked to your physiology. It is deeply connected to your biology. It's a process that each individual who is in a healthy state, physically or mentally or both, will go through. So just like anger is an energy, but you can transmute it, you don't always express your anger. The question becomes, how do you express this energy? When this energy finds an expression in your physiology, how do you express it? What sort of outlet it's offered by you, your consciousness, and your body? And there are like tantric kriyas that I've spoken about in the past as well, like Vajroli, Amroli, Sahjoli, and so on, and that leads to a state of Urdhvaretas. But I must caution and warn anybody who aims to practice that, or anybody who in the name of Tantra is completely misguided. You cannot stop your physical processes. Anybody who tells you otherwise is telling a lie. They are misguiding you. It's not possible. As long as you're eating food and you're healthy, your body is going to produce fluids. So in the past, they said, oh, this is a bad, because it can be addictive for so many individuals. It can ruin families. It can ruin relationships. It can send a person, I mean, we've seen some of the most powerful men, it's ruined their careers. Presidents and famous personalities and so on. So they say, look, it's important to be mindful, to understand that expression of any energy, whether that's anger, lust, or love, or jealousy, envy, expression of any energy, as long as that energy is inside you, it's one thing. The moment you've expressed it, it will have repercussions. It'll have consequences. And those consequences can be controlled if the expression is regulated. So in yoga, in yogasana, in hatha yoga, in some of the tantra practices, the idea was to drop that energy as much as possible. If it's not the natural requirement of the body, and one is still using one or abusing or giving an outlet to one's sexual energy, that can be avoided. Because that was an urge created by the mind and experienced by the body, and the pleasure felt by the mind and the body. But every so often, like every healthy woman supposed to have her periods every month. Similarly, every man's body will produce semen. But if you're engaging it in recklessly, then that is where the problem is. Prajanascha kandarpasmi. Don't be afraid of it, Kante, Krishna said. All that is created, the energy, the creative force that's used in it, in this particular instance, sexual energy, kama, kandarpa. I am that, Krishna says. So the way to transmutation in simple terms is to be mindful of the expression of that. And the more sattvic life you lead, the more you're in control of not just your sexual energy, all energies around you. Everything around you. And you know how when you're in control, life feels so much better. And you feel like I'm in control of what I'm doing. I've got a handle on this. you naturally feel more confident, you have greater self-esteem, and the rest of it. So that's my answer for now.